Hi guys, Kathy Sue here. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I want to talk about words. What words mean to me, what they mean to you, and how different people have different definitions. First and foremost, let me adjust this slightly. There we go, but even when I stand up straight, it's still, oh my god, that's okay. So to me, words mean different things to different people. And first and foremost, every word that comes out of my mouth, as well as everybody else's, are thoughts and ideas that have been formulated based off of our experiences. They are our perspective, and that's words inclusive. So obviously there are a lot of words out there that have a very concrete definition, like this. This is coffee that's in there. I mean, it's a frappuccino, but it's still coffee. But this is a thing, it's a physical thing. So there are a lot of words that, to me, have crossover definitions. For instance, like the word love. Love, for instance, means something very different for me than what it does to you. It means something that we've been taught throughout our life. When someone, when we were little, said, "I love you," that was them saying, "I love you." That became our association with the word love. So depending on who was saying, "I love you" to the most to you as a child, that might change what our definitions of love mean. As well as when we see how other people interact when they love each other. That is their definition of love. So I think also partially for myself, that has to do with the idea of soulmates. I think the person, I've been lucky enough to fall in love a couple of times. And I think from my experience, the men that I have fallen in love with, we've had a crossover of our definition of love. So we had the same definition for this word, because how do you actually explain the word love? So there's a lot of words like that, like angry and heartbreak. Like, yes, there are definitions for these words in the dictionary, but when I say I'm angry and someone else says they're angry, these might be two completely varying definitions of the word. Heartbreak to me might mean something different than heartbreak to you. And maybe a minor heartbreak to me is a major heartbreak to someone else, or a major heartbreak to me is a minor heartbreak to someone else. So there's a lot of words that have very loose definitions, and I think one of those is the word hope. I personally have never really enjoyed the word hope. To me, hope has always been to discuss something that hasn't happened, something that's in the future, something that is uncertain, and uncertainty always drives me absolutely bananas. So I avoid using the word hope. Like, I remember it would drive me bananas when I was little. My parents would say, "Oh, I hope that all of your dreams come true." Well, for one, dreams happen when you're asleep, Mom and Dad. And for two, I always saw myself as having goals, not dreams. And to say, "I hope that your goals come true," is like saying that there is an action already backing that. So to me, I can abolish the word hope in these types of contexts by putting action behind them. For instance, instead of saying, I hope I get, I hope this boy texts me. That's uncertain. I have absolutely no control. I can't do anything with that. So it's like silly to even say the word hope in my eyes, for myself, from my perspective. Or saying, "I hope I win an Oscar," or something to that effect. If I continue to work hard towards that, because that becomes a goal, right? So if I continue to work hard towards that goal, and then once there's action behind it, of me, if it was an acting Oscar I wanted to win, going to acting classes, getting auditions, getting headshots, submitting myself for auditions, working my butt off day in and day out to get towards that goal. Or like, I hope I land a role in a feature film. Well, if you don't have an agent, if you don't have these things, it's going to be a lot more difficult. But if you work towards having those things and having that resume and getting that part, there's no reason for the word hope to exist, because you're working towards it, and it's a goal. So those are like my silly definitions of the words hope and dream. And dream to me was always, dreams are things that like don't exist. They're not real, and they're uncertain, and I didn't like saying that my goals were my dreams, because really, I don't really have many dreams. I mainly have nightmares when I'm asleep about the apocalypse, which it doesn't always feel like a nightmare anymore because it's just that I just always dream about the apocalypse. But regardless, dreams can also be called goals, and I think that's a much more progressive way to think about them. Like, what do you dream about being when you're older? No, what is your goal? What do you want? And then you work towards that, and thus hope is abolished. Anyways, I think I've repeated myself quite a few times throughout this. But hope means something different for a lot of other people that I've spoken to. Hope can mean faith in a time of darkness. Hope can mean just a little bit of light. It can mean just that last sliver of positivity when things are getting really dark. So I definitely understand that these things mean different things to different people. So when we say things like, I hope you have a good day, all of those elements are out of my control. It's not a goal of mine that you have a good day. I hope it is a goal of yours that you have a good day. But that's your choice. So in that situation, for me, I believe I'm not shy of using the word hope in that situation, because I do hope you have a good day. I hope that something makes you laugh so hard today that milk squirts out your nose. I hope that someone hugs you so tight that it feels like a warm blanket. I hope that you smile at a stranger today and it changes their day. I hope that you choose to have a good attitude about the day, and I hope that when you're facing adversity, when you're facing a challenge, that you face it head on, and I hope that you have courage, and I hope that you learn from every single moment. I hope that today you learn something new. I hope that the sun shines on you today. I hope that you have enough water and food and shelter and love that you could ever need today. So every once in a while, I will bend my definition of the word hope, because I do think it's a very multifaceted word. So I hope for love for you today. So there are some things that I hope for. But when it comes to hoping my dreams come true, that's a goal. They're just... Oh, so speaking of dreams coming true, and now that we've gone through all of that like philosophical mumbo jumbo that I love to spew, me and a couple other of the Creature Tube girls, ladies, women, are actually on a panel tonight at GamerCon. GamerCon is like almost Comic-Con. It's in San Diego at the same time as Comic-Con. But it's not Comic-Con, but a lot of the same people are in both places. So, me and Elizabeth Vega and Jessica, Jessy, and a bunch of the other Creature ladies have a panel tonight about women in gaming. If you're watching this after whatever today's date is, July something, don't go to GamerCon because it doesn't exist. I mean, it does exist. It's probably over. I need so much more coffee. So we're on this panel, and I'm really excited. I love getting opportunities to speak publicly and to speak my mind. And while I'm not the biggest gamer chick or whatever, you know, I enjoy Clash of Clans and Castle Crashers and pretty much anything with Mario in it. And Spyro the Dragon, a lot. I love Spyro the Dragon. But I do feel as though through my research with all of the YouTube-ness, I have formulated quite the opinion, and sometimes I'm like, you know, stuff. Excuse me! So I'm really excited. It's my first panel at a video convention of sorts, or at a, you know, convention of sorts. I'm really excited. So Whitney's gonna come pick me up in a little bit, and we're gonna drive to San Diego, and it's gonna be really fun, and Alyssa's gonna watch Roxy, and I'm really happy about that. I love you, Alyssa. I think I'm coming back tonight. I don't quite know. Anyways, this has been long enough. I love you guys. Let me know in the description, you can, in the comments below, what is a word to you that you feel has multiple meanings? And maybe give me your meaning and a different perspective on that same word. Because that's really important that, you know, we recognize what our own perspective is, but we also recognize that other people have perspectives. And we recognize what those other perspectives are. Because everything we do is based off of our experience and informs a perspective on life, and we react accordingly. Anyways, I love you so much. I will see you so soon. I love you. Goodbye. Mwah.